Hey everybody, welcome back to Off the Bounce. Here's your weekend walkthrough for week 6 of the college football season. You had the Red River rivalry, which was a great game. Oklahoma down by 21 in the fourth quarter. They come back to tie Texas at 45, only to get beat by a field goal. 9 seconds left in the game by true freshman Cameron Dicker, the kicker. So he did great, hit that field goal from the left hash mark to win the game for Texas. Huge upset win for them. And, that propels them into the top 10 now. Texas is now number 9. And I think that's always a good thing for college football when you get teams like Texas, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama, Ohio State. Big name teams like that. When they're playing well, college football is better. Speaking of, moving on to Notre Dame, they had a beat down of Virginia Tech, 45-23. Virginia Tech has looked good this year. They're not as good as Notre Dame. That's just how it is. I think Notre Dame has what it takes to make it all the way to the college football playoff, which would be awesome because that would make one of those Big Five conferences is going to miss out on getting in. There's only 4 spots. And there's 5 Big Five conferences. And so one of them is already missing out every season. I'll have another one miss out, and could be interesting. My opinion is that things like that happening could eventually lead to an expansion of the college football playoff, which I would love to see. But talking about last week, you had the other big top 25 matchup was Florida hosting number 5 LSU in the Swamp, and they got it done. I'm going to blame it on Tim Tebow and him being there. He was added to their Ring of Fame or Ring of Honor or whatever they call it. So basically it sounds like they retired his number at the University of Florida. And then they went out and beat number 5 LSU 27-19. So big win for them. Moves them up to number 14, the top 25. Look out for Florida. They're good this year. Outside of that, pretty much everyone rolled. Most of the top teams did great. Most even like the middle teams did pretty well too in top 25. But there were 5 unranked teams that upset a top 25 team. Here they are. Unranked Mississippi State beat number 8 Auburn 23-9. And it was just a drubbing. And the biggest thing is that Nick Fitzgerald, the quarterback for Mississippi State, rushed for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also only threw for like 70 yards or 69 yards, something like that. So not the greatest quarterback performance, but a very good and athletic performance for him. He ended up actually beating Tim Tebow's SEC record for career rushing yards by a quarterback during that game. So more Tebow. Another unranked team was Texas A&M beat number 13 Kentucky, who had been unbeaten to this point. So that game ended 20-14 in overtime. Kentucky couldn't quite score during overtime. They got a young quarterback, made a mistake, got sacked late, ended up being a far field goal, 43 yards, but SEC kicker should be able to make it, right? Wrong. Not at Kentucky. It's not basketball. He ain't shooting for 3. He missed the 43-yard field goal, bounced off the crossbar, came back into the field of play, and then when Texas A&M got the ball back, they scored a touchdown for the walk-off win. So that puts Texas A&M back into the top 25 after that win, which I think is accurate. So here's the thing. Texas A&M has 2 losses, and because of that, they got kicked out of the top 25 way out, and everyone's like, oh, they're garbage this year. But they lost to number 1 Alabama, and they lost to number 2 Clemson. I mean, okay, like 130 teams are supposed to lose to number 1 and number 2. So why do we punish teams so much in the top 25 just because they got beat by someone way better than them as was expected? I don't know, but that's what happened. Anyway, they're back top 25 where they belong. The next game was Utah, unranked, beat Stanford at home. Number 14 Stanford. They beat them 40-21. Just a whipping. And it was at Stanford. Very bad game for them. It's one of those things that I really think Utah could be better than their 2-2 record at the time. 3-2 record now shows. Another unranked team was Northwestern to beat Michigan State, who was ranked number 20 at the time, and they beat Michigan State 29-19. So another good one. Northwestern only has like 2 wins this season. We'll kind of see where Michigan State goes from that. Then finally, unranked Iowa State beat number 25 Oklahoma State in a shootout, 48-42. So that's your weekend walkthrough. Stay tuned. There'll be a couple more videos coming out today. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon.